Alright guys, we're going to take a look at rotations. Rotational ones is actually, I think, one of the easier ones if you're just able to follow the instructions. A couple of things that we need to know about rotations before we get started. One, rotations, counterclockwise and clockwise. Well, think of a clock. Here's a clock. Alright, a clock moves this way. So that's what clockwise comes from. Counterclockwise is the opposite of what the clock does. So the opposite, counterclockwise, would be it moving that way. So to the right is clockwise, to the left is counterclockwise. Other thing you need to know is the amount of degrees. Now, you're already familiar with 90 and 180 and 360. The only one you really don't know is the 270. So let me show you what it is. Say we're moving from here to here. How many degrees did I move? 90, because it's that one box. Okay, from here to here. How many degrees is that? 180, because it's two boxes. Well, 270 is just three boxes. It comes from that third one. So if you did 90 plus another 90, you actually get 270. And then obviously if you did four boxes, you would be at 360. So 90 plus 90, that's 180, plus a 90 is 270, plus another 90 is 360. Okay, so it's 90, 180, 270, 360. One turn is 90, two turns is 180, three turns is 270, four turns is 360. So when they're giving you a rotation, they're going to give you the number of degrees and the direction. So you see over here it says 270 counterclockwise. So you're not going like the clock, you're going opposite to the clock. So a clock goes like this, but you're going opposite, so you're going to go like this. And how many degrees are you going to do? 270. In other words, 3 turns, because it's going to be 3 90s gets you to 270. So this box is going to turn to here, 90, here, 180, here, 270. And you're going to notice that 270 is the same as going 90 clockwise in the opposite direction. But that's okay, you don't have to know that right now. Just you need to know that 270 is 3 turns, okay, in the opposite way of a clock. So a clock goes like this, you're going like this. So we're going to do 3 turns. Now, when you do 3 turns, when you turn this 3 times, the box is going to move from there to there, that's 1, to there, that's 2, then from here, that's 3. So your box is going to end up top left. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to turn, let's see if I can do this actually balancing the phone. You're going to turn 270, so that's 90. So that's turn 90. Another turn is 180, and another turn is 270. So you see how it ended up coming top left. All right, now it's really important that you remember where it's going to go. So I'm going to put it back the way it's supposed to be. Again, 3 turns, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be top left, in the top left corner. So you need to turn your head right now so that this is in the top left. Turn your head, top left. So turn it to the side. If that's not the side that makes it top left, turn it to the other side. All right, so you should have had it where it looks like this, top left. All right, now, once you have your head turned to being top left, what you're going to do is you're going to read the coordinates, but remember, you're going to have new x and y coordinates, okay? So, for example, this is going to be negative x, and this is not negative y. What's that? Positive y. So I'm just teaching you how to do it without actually doing the work for it. So this is going to be positive y, because y goes up. When you draw an x and y axis, that's positive, that's negative, that's positive, that's negative. So now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of ignore the negatives and write down the points of your new points, because this is actually your shape translated. So r prime is going to be negative 1, because that's going to be x negative 1, and then you're going to go up, so that's going to be positive 4. And you can just read the numbers on the side, just ignore the positive and the negative part of it. All right, q prime is going to be negative 6, okay, because you're going to the left, and then you're going to go up, so it's going to be positive 4. Again, I'm just reading the numbers on the side, but just I'm keeping in mind that my negatives and positives are switched around. All right, p prime is going to be negative 6, because I'm going to the left, negative 6, and then I'm going up to, I'm going up to 9, positive 9. And then s prime is going to be negative 1, because I go left 1, and I'm going up 9. So once you have your coordinates down, you're going to put your shape back the way it's supposed to be. And you're basically, all you're going to do now is actually just plot the points. So you're going to plot the points -1, 4. So -1, 4. There's a point. -6, 4. -6, -6, 4. There's another point. Basically the shape that you had remembered. Other point, -6, 9. -6, 9. Oops. -6, 9. And then my last point is going to be -1, 9. So -1, 9. So right there. All right, so that's the shape. So basically, when you make this turn 270 degrees counterclockwise, it's going to end up top left. And that makes sense because when I turn it, so that's 90. Turn it again. That's 180. And that's 270 counterclockwise. So look at it. Look at where it is. Now turn it back. Look at where it's supposed to be. Perfect. And that's basically all you have to do. All right, so submit. Excellent. All right, next shape. All right, 270 counterclockwise. So again, this is going counterclockwise. So it's 3 turns to the left. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. 207, 90, 180. Oops. 90, 180, 270. Counterclockwise. So the opposite of a clock. So it's going to go, that's 90. That's 180. That's 270. So you see where it ends up? Yeah? All right. So now you're going to put it back the way it should be. All right. So right now it's a top right. As you could see, it's going to end up bottom right. Okay? So you need to turn your head so that the shape is on bottom right. All right. So turn it to the right. Is that it? Turn it to the left. Is that it? Put the shape on bottom left. All right. So basically, after you turn your head, okay, so you can put your head back. I need it to be, was it? No, bottom right. I'm tripping. Bottom right. I need it to be bottom right. Yeah. So turn your head so that it's on bottom right. Your shape's on bottom right. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do this on the computer. It's really just turning your head, but I'll also do this on paper too, just to make sure. So bottom right. Then you just write down the coordinates. So you see, it looks like this. But your coordinates here are going to be positive. What are the coordinates going to be here? Negative, because that's your new y-axis. Okay, so write down your new coordinates. So point J prime is now going to be +1, because that's x is +1, and then y is -3. All right, k is going to be +1, -8. So all I'm doing is reading off the x's with the numbers, but I'm ignoring the positive and negatives because they've changed. Okay. This way you don't have to draw another axis. I'm trying not to make you guys draw another axis. So m prime is going to be 9, and that's positive because it's to the right, 9. And then it's going to go down, so it's -3. L prime is going to be +9. Oh, -3. And -8. All right, again, once that's done, all right, put it back the way it should be, or rather put your head back the way it should be. All right, and then all you're going to do is plot those points. So J is 1, -3. So you see how I'm writing those points down? You write the points down. J is 1, -3, so right there. K is 1, -8. 1, -8, right there. M is, or L is rather, 9, -8. So 9, -8. And then the last point, M is 9, -3. So 9, -3. And that's your shape. So again, just turn it just to make sure. So this is the original. When I turn it, it should look like this. So it kind of looks like it's lying down flat, kind of about halfway. All right, so we're going to turn this one and see if it's going to end up like this. Counterclockwise is to the left, 270. So that's 90. Oops. That's 90. That's 180. That's 270. Perfect. It's lying down and it's kind of in the middle. That's exactly what it is. All right, so once you've checked it, put it back, and then you can press submit. Again, you're doing this with your head. All right, 180 degrees counterclockwise around the origin. And sometimes when they say 180 degrees, they won't tell you counterclockwise or clockwise because it's going to end up at the same spot. So if you're doing this counterclockwise, we're going to the left. So it's going to bring you 90 here, 180 is here. Okay, but look, if you went 90 clockwise, it would take you 90s here, 180s here. So it ends up being at the same spot. So sometimes don't get confused if it just says 180 and doesn't give you a direction. All right, it's still the same thing. All right, so 180 counterclockwise. So again, turn. That's 90. That's 180. Okay, so that's 180. Write down your coordinates. All right, so again, ignore the, if this is not this, remember now this is your new axis. So this is supposed to be negative, that's supposed to be positive. So ignore that the negative's on the wrong side. And then write down your coordinates. So point B is 3, negative 6. So you just write it down. B prime is 3, negative 6. All right, C is 3, negative 10. So C prime is 3, negative 10. And then D is 7, negative 5. All right, so D prime, 7, negative 5. All right, once you have your new coordinates down, you can put it back the way it's supposed to be. Okay, and this one you're going to have to really twist your head, by the way, to get it to be bottom right. All right, put it back the way it's supposed to be, and let's plot the points. So the first point was 3, negative 6. So 3, negative 6, right there. All right, next point is 3, negative 10. 3, negative 10, right there. All right, next point is 7, negative 5. 7, negative 5, right there. All right, so that is your last point. Again, check your work one more time. So you're going to rotate this 180, see if it comes out to being here. So it's somewhere right at the bottom, kind of slanted. So this is going to be 90, and then this is going to be 180. So you see, bottom slanted. Okay, so 9 times out of 10 you're right if you do that. All right, let's do one more. So press submit. I need a question that takes me clockwise, but okay. Just keep doing this one. 180 counterclockwise, so we're going to the left. All right, so this is 90, this is 180. So it's somewhere down here. Okay, so we turn it. That's 90. And that's 180, bottom left. And then all you do is write down your coordinates. So your coordinates are going to be A prime, so there's A prime. And remember, this is negative x, so even I'm using the same axis instead of drawing it, but this is negative x, negative y. So it's going to be negative 6 because the box is still the same. Negative 6, and we're going to go down 6, so negative 6. Negative 6, 6. All right, B prime is going to be negative 8, negative 6. Negative 8, negative 6. C prime is going to be negative 8, negative 8. All right, D prime is going to be negative 6, negative 8. All right, once you have your coordinates written down, now you can put it back the way it's supposed to be, and then just plot your points. All right, so we have 6, negative 6, negative 6, negative 6, negative 6. Then I have negative 8, negative 6, negative 8, negative 6. Oops. All right, then you're going to have negative 8, negative 8, negative 8, negative 8. And then you're going to have negative 6, negative 8, negative 6, negative 8. Perfect. Again, bottom left. And again, check your work. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get one that's clockwise. All right, that's another counterclockwise. So just keep doing that. Remember, clockwise is going to be to the right. So all of these that we've done have been to the left, but remember that clockwise is going to be to the right. Same thing with L8, I think. Yeah, L8, find the coordinates. It's the exact same thing. They've done nicely to draw it for you. Now, if you did not have this, you would actually have to draw this and then do it. All right, so you do this 90 counterclockwise, so this shape is going to end up where? Bottom right. So this is going to be here, and then read off the points and then write down the coordinates. So we've already practiced that because we've been writing down the coordinates for every question. All right, and that's basically all that you do. This is just practice, and we're actually going to practice in class if you don't understand.